Joining us now with the day's sports news is Olumide Makolo.
Thank you, Harriet. Welcome to Sports News. We start with football. Super Eagles duo of Sunday Mba and Azubike Egukwe are set to quit the Nigerian domestic league as foreign clubs have shown interest in signing the 2013 Africa Cup of Nations winning stars. Reports say Greek club PAOK Salonika have made inquiries for Mba, while an unnamed club in Serbia and even Belgium are targeting Warri Wolves defender Egukwe. Mba shot to international prominence when he scored winning goals at the Continental Championships in South Africa early this year. Both players were listed in Coach Stephen Keshi's squad for next year's African Nations Championships in South Africa and could make a switch after the tournament. Now, 5 players have been dropped from the camp of the Super Eagles preparing for next month's African Nations Championships in South Africa. Super Eagles chief coach Stephen Keshi said the affected players were asked to vacate the team's camp owing to injuries sustained during training. The players are Issa Danladi of Sharks FC and Enugu Rangers defender Chibuzo Madu, Douglas Chief Irinike of Warri Wolves, and Oko United's Ezekiel Mba. Keshi also handed call-ups to Warri Wolves' new signing Joshua Obaje, Emmanuel Wako of Bukola Babes, and Sunshine Stars Paul Ikena and other players. Luis Suarez celebrated his new contract in grand style as he inspired Liverpool to a 3-1 win over Cardiff City at Anfield. The Uruguayan, who became Liverpool's highest paid player after the deal, broke the deadlock with a volley on the 25th minute in the English Premier League. He then raced clear to set up Raheem Sterling for a tap-in in the 42nd minute. Suarez completed his brace as he brilliantly curled in a low 18-yard shot before an unmarked Jordan Much headed in for the visitors.
Oh, what a Cardiff thinking here. They got a set piece, which the delivery by Whittingham's very flat. Henderson heads it away, it comes back, and then they're all on the halfway, they're sticking their hands up. Suarez, now it's Suarez.
Suarez, alerted by the crowd, gets it out back anyway, and that's a delightful corner! This guy is just on fire! Oh, it's a great header by Mats! They've got one back! And a moment for Malky Mackay to save up. A rare moment today, one that's applauded by the owner.
Well, I said at the start of the game that set pieces are probably the best bet of Cardiff getting a result, a goal. And who's marking? There's 2 queuing up at the back, and there's a zonal marking because he has got a free header. He's a
So Liverpool number 1 for now. Meanwhile, Manchester City move up to second in the table after a thrilling 4-2 victory against Fulham. Newcastle kept chase with the leading pack with their 6th win in 8 games, beating Crystal Palace 3-0. Danny Welbeck's first Old Trafford goal for 14 months helped Manchester United to a 4th straight win. Peter Crouch grabbed the winner against us. Stoke City extended their unbeaten home league run to 6 games. And finally, in basketball, Paul George scored 24 points and grabbed 9 rebounds as the Indiana Pacers cruised to a 114-81 drubbing of the Houston Rockets in Indianapolis. The 23-year-old swingman got plenty of help from his teammates as Lance Stevenson added 16 points, 6 assists, and 6 rebounds, while George Hill and David West scored 12 points. The Rockets lead early, but faltered quickly as star man James Harden hit just 3 of his 14 shots from the field to finish with 12 points. Pacers forward Danny Granger, who made his return from a knee injury, finished with 5 points on 1 of 7 shooting.
Artis Gilmore and then Dan Issel. One was 6'10", the other guy was 7 foot. We played high-low, we did a lot of things. And then in Houston, Elijah Wan and Sampson played together, and they had great teams there. Plenty of time here now.
Stevenson trying to calm it down. Good look, nice touch, and it ends up with West.
Oh, the old U front, I go scored because we told you their strength, Indiana's strength is up front.
Hill with the finger roll. Howard did not come to help.
Well, remember now,
Parsons connects.
they have some shooters here. I mean, they have guys here, and then the truck whispered he agreed also.
I think we have a consensus here
That's right.
on the broadcast team. Down the other end, George Hill gives Indiana its biggest lead of the night.
Trying to just change the tempo here and see if Indiana will take quick shots. How about this?
Here's George. Oh, that was fun. The two-handed reverse, and it's timeout time.
To get back in action, you put Jeremy Lin in there also. So they have a young group of kids.
Granger connects. There it is in his first game back.
Which brings sports news to a close. Thank you for watching. I'm Olumide Macaulay. The News at 10 continues now.
Well, on the international scene, Thailand's main opposition Democrat Party says it will boycott the national elections coming up in February next year. Party leader Aptasit Wichachira told a news conference it would not be fielding candidates, saying, quote, Thai politics is at a failed stage, end of quote. Prime Minister Yingluck Shinawatra called the election earlier this month in a bid to end weeks of mass protest. The head of the Thai army, General Prayut Chan-o-cha, has warned the country's political divisions could trigger a civil war. The general has proposed a people's assembly made up of civilians from both sides, not the leaders, to heal the divisions. And former South Sudan Vice President Riek Machar says rebel troops have captured the key oil-producing state of Unity and controls much of the country. Mr. Machar adds that the forces fighting the government are under his command. At least 500 people have been killed since the fighting began, with the government struggling to keep control of the capital, Juba. Mr. Machar's comments comes as 4 U.S. service personnel involved in evacuating U.S. citizens were wounded after the aircraft was shot at in Bor, the capital of eastern Jonglei state. And the main news again. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has told the APC that he remains a card-carrying member of the PDP, I beg your pardon, after a meeting with the opposition party. Federal lawmakers from the northeast have appealed to the federal government to address security challenges in the region ahead of the 2015 elections. The military has been hunting members of the Boko Haram sect after a daring attack on a barrack in Borno State. And Thailand's main opposition Democrat Party has threatened to boycott snap elections in the country. That's the news at 10 for tonight. Thank you so much for being a part of it. I'm Harriet Agbinyi. Well, we leave you tonight with the live pictures from Akwa Ibom State, where the world's largest assembly of carol singers are singing their hearts out.
Your children, don't let them fall by the side of the road. Teach them to love one another, that heaven might find place in the heart. Jesus is the Lord. He won't let you down. I know He's mine. my heart. We gotta walk on through temptation, 'cause His love and His wisdom will be